welcome back. I'm going to do today a beginner's guide video for the 7 Cs, playing the game, some of the things to think about, what the game's about. I'm going to show you how to purchase and set up 4 NFTs under half a Solana. And then I'll show you some end gameplay, some gameplay from my main account of what I'm doing. First off, I'd like to get through a small disclaimer. I'm not being paid to do the video. I'm not an ambassador for or attached to the project of the 7 Cs. Any likes, comments, dislikes, anything about the video, please put them down below and let's get into it. Okay, so here we are. We're on the 7 Cs website. Always make sure you're getting addresses from the correct sources. I'll put the links down below, but the website's just come open in the last 48 hours. And it's the7cs.io. What you can do is you can then launch the game from there, which does then go to play.the7cs.io. It's a pretty cool website, basic at the start, but it's getting to get along, you know, like you can see, this is a self-funded game. So it's important that, you know, he's not smashing out a heap of money and all of that kind of stuff, but it's also important to get that information out as quickly as possible. You can see here pretty much the basics to the game. Get your captain. There are links there for Magic, Eden or Tensor. I do use Tensor. I make that pretty known, and I'll show you why. Also, you then equip them with your crew, weapons, items, whatever you want to call it, and then chuck a ship on it, and then you go and send them to work. That's pretty much it. What I like about the website, it shows you some of the artwork. You see Captain of the Asgardians, so that's going to be the Brawlhalla expansion. You see here the steampunks. They are the Elementira, the expansion from them, and you are just seeing some cool shit. Captain from the Soul Survivors here. That's the Last Haven. Take off from there, but it's good to get in and get the basics, understand the game, and have a read of it. It should all be a part of the research you do. So what you need to understand, what is the 7 Cs? It's an idle staking game on the Solana blockchain. It's a Web 3.0 game, and it is, when I say idle staking game, you get your NFTs, your captains, you put them into the game, so you stake them in the game. You then put items and equipment on them, and you send them out to work. Your goal of the game is to earn gold dust. I'll call it gold dust, and I'll show you why. You then convert that into the gold token. You then try to convert that gold token into gold bars onto your captain NFTs, and you get a proportion of the treasure chest. At the moment, it's sitting around $300,000. It's grown quite substantially this week in Solana versus Booty. I'll show you through a little bit of that in-game once we get there. And it is dynamic. It can change. If Solana and crypto goes all the way down, then the treasure chest will go down. So don't bet your house on these kinds of computer games. They are computer games. They're entertainment. They're not meant to be about getting rich quick, not meant to be about a 30-day return on investment. So be very careful. A lot of people got burnt in 2021, 22 with games absolutely going skyrocketing and people getting money back quickly, and then a lot of people lost money. So just be very careful. They talk about this in a lot of their spaces very openly. They're trying to build a sustainable game for the long term. One of the cool things to understand about the treasure chest is it gets 10% of all in-game transactions. So when you convert gems into booty, or when you convert your gold dust into gold, then it will take 10% of that, and that goes to the treasure chest. That grows the treasure chest that we're all trying to gain towards. Now, there is plenty to read through that. I'll let you guys go through it and have a look. There's some common questions and things like that. So you will need a Solana wallet. You will need some Solana in your wallet, and I'll go through some of the costs and stuff like that. If you don't know how to swap Solana into the game tokens, it is a dual game token game. So it has Booty, B-O-O-T-Y. That is the main token. I'll put the link in down below. If you don't know how to get stuff like that, then you can use something like Jupiter, JUP.AG. Again, get trustworthy sources. I'll put links in below. You can convert Solana into Booty. Now, what I've done is I have shown that 0.01 of a Solana is about 288 Booty. So all of this changes like anything crypto. It's a currency. There's all different types of cryptocurrencies and all that kind of thing. And I'll show you why 288, why that figure. I just wanted to show you that and see that, you know, 0.01 of a Solana is about 288. That might be one captain level, one ship level in the game. You can rush some things. Alrighty, one thing I forgot to do was to show you what Booty does in game. One of the big statements the team makes is everything costs to be able to play in the game. It's either time or money. So when you're leveling up your captains, you've got two choices. You can do it via the Captain's Academy. On Island 2, you could always go into the War Hall, which levels a little bit quicker, but you're spending booty. Or you can actually level up the character in your inventory. You click on it, and you've got a chance to be able to go up this way. Now, captains have a cap level of 50. You can pay booty the whole way up if you like. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to show a little bit of a way of, let's see how expensive it is to get to level 10. Now, this is dynamic. I believe there's a set amount of dollars per level to go up that the team aims for, and that adjusts with the cost of booty. I'm not 100%, but I do believe it's dynamic. It's not the same at every single level. I've leveled up a lot of characters all the way up to 100, just the one up to, or two up to 100. But I've leveled a lot of them up to 20 and to 30 and to things like that. And I've seen discrepancies, which makes me think that being dynamic would absolutely be possible. So if we go 162, I'll try to get the numbers written down onto a pad quicker. 162, got everything everywhere. So apologies for taking so long, but 162. So you click on that, let's go. Bang, looking for group. Level 6. So the next level is 175. Looking for group. 187. I had to do this on my main account, 200, because I forgot to do it on the other account to at least show you that there is a cost. And then the next one's 212. So to do those 5 levels, let's get a cost of that. We're looking at $845 booty. So let's swap that around. What is the cost of 845 booty? 0.028 Solana. So I bought that NFT for 0.11. You saw I bought the other NFTs for 0.11. I managed to get a level 8 one that was at 0.12. So this is where you go. Look, if I should have bought that level 15 at 0.11, because at the time that was the best valued floor at that price. And you'd also then save maybe 0.3, 0.4 of Solana in already embedded booty into the NFT. On Tensor, I like to use Tensor, and the main reason being is it's because it's a NFT marketplace aggregator. It will find whether those are sold on Tensor, whether they're sold on Magic Eden, or whether they're sold on a different marketplace. That's the core reason. I do have Tensorians. I just have used it for a very, very long time. Now, these are the ships and the NFTs. One thing worth mentioning over and over, multiple times, it does say it on the website, is all available from the in-game marketplace at no cost. You can go and get level 1 items, you can go and get level 1 crew, you can go and get level 1 ship, all for free in the game. You do not have to pay for them or buy them out of a marketplace. So you want to be very, very careful when you're going onto the marketplace and you see this megalodon shark, because that shark is a level 1. It's not worth 0.2 Solana, so don't get stuck buying that. That's someone trying to game the system a little bit. Now you do see some ships. These ones down the bottom here are mythic ships. Now their exception, they can go above level 125. That's the maximum cap level for the ships at the moment, but it's 250 for the mythic ships. You can't get these anymore. You had to be in the game in the first, I believe, 6 months, somewhere around month 4, something like that, and you had to do something in game to get them. But we can see here this one's level 126, so we know that that is a mythic ship. It does say legendary for the rarity type in the marketplace, but that is a mythic. Now the Dreadwing is, this one is level 250, but that's from the Atoms. Would I pay that? Look, I don't want to go down the financial advice side of things. Would I buy it personally? No, I wouldn't spend 3.5 Solana on that, but I have spent something like 2 on one of my first ones. So be very, very careful. Like, pick and choose how you want to play this game. If you want to ape in and do silly things like Barn Dog, then you may end up overpaying for something. But I just wanted to show people, be careful. You do not need to buy level 1 ships, crew, weapons, items from the marketplace. You can get all of that in game. So 7 Seas has 7 collections. It all started with Reavers. And I want to show you a little bit of a look, so to show you some of the things to look at. So in Reavers, you can see QM16, QM16, 16. That means they're level 16 characters in the game in 7 Seas, but the rest of the rest of the platform, sorry, the rest of the NFTs, they don't do that. So you can't go into Last Haven and go like that. There's no quick look at. But what you can do is you can click on level here to see the level of the NFTs. So there is a level 15 at 0.11 floor. I'm going to come back and buy that, but we'll get up to that stage when we do it. So we know that that is a level 15 captain in the game. And this is relevant if you do plan on doing the ActivePlay, also, you know, formerly known as Move to Earn. If you want to be getting into the ActivePlay side of things and staking for that, you're going to need a level 20 captain. So you can still have time to prepare and level. I'll show you how to do that. So you've got Last Haven, you've got Atoms, you've got Elementera. Now be careful if you're buying an Elementera because the snapshot has been taken. What's happened is they are a partner of the project, but they had their own game, they had their own platform, and you couldn't stake them in both. So what the team with 7 Seas did was they took a snapshot and they're cloning those NFTs into the steampunks, and you're then going to use that steampunk in the game. Now, whether you bring that onto the blockchain, that's going to be completely up to you. They did something similar with Saga Sirens. When I get up to it, I'll mention. Brawlhalla's, they will be getting new artwork through as Guardians as well. And these are the Sirens that I mentioned briefly. The Saga Sirens actually were given for free to one of the 20,000 purchases of the mobile phone. I have my one. I'll show you a picture of that for free. You could play it in the game. You could learn about it. It's all on chain. So you could, if you manage to make some money out of the game, some booty, maybe some gold, then you could then, of course, put that on the blockchain. But to be able to now get that siren out of the game, you have to mint that through, I believe it was Magic Eden. And when you mint that, the fee at the start, I don't know what it is now at time of recording, but it was 0.05 Solana. So it wasn't a lot. They're selling for more than that. The floor is 2 to 3 times that. I know I noticed today looking and doing a bit of research, one sold for over 1 Solana. Yeah, it's just a really cool thing. So for anyone that's got a Saga phone, if you haven't done this, you can still mint this, put it out, and sell it. You don't have to play the game, or you can play the game. For my Siren personally, it's still completely in the game. It's cost me 0 Solana to keep it in game. I want to play an account with just the one on it because I also want to do the active play part where I go out hunting treasure chests, and I want to do that from a 1 character, a 1 captain experience to keep things relative. I've got a lot of NFTs in the main game, but I still want to keep it very relative to understand the content and all of that here. So I'll show you a screenshot of my Saga Siren. There's old mate there. I've got to give him a name and a story one day. I've been doing a little bit of chat GPT stuff for some one-on-ones. But you can see he's level 30. The shark for him is level 30. The crew is level 5. I've also bought an additional single captain to put in there that will be staking for the active play. I'll show you how to do that. But that's out there leveling up weapons for old mate here. But level 30, it's cranking along. The game changed a few weeks back, and it is now very possible to play the game from 1 NFT. Connect up. Are you using a Ledger wallet? highly recommend for people. Now you can see the signature of what you're signing. It's asking you to sign on to that to make sure you own that wallet. So let's sign up. This is the game. Now I'll pause here. This is on a wallet that's ready to go. It has some preloaded funds. I'll connect that to Tensor as well. This is setting this up to buy 4 NFTs. I want this to be done well, and let's get in there. So I did say there was a level 15. Oh, no. So that must have sold already. So what we want to find, this is why I do like the levels on it. We will refresh that web page. So now I want to buy 4 captains. Go back to level. So I'm looking at the floor. It's telling me 0.11 still, but yeah, that hadn't reset. Someone had sniped it. I should have bought it when I saw it. That's my fault. Let's go to a level 8 captain. I'll buy 1. So that's purchasing that. Now, if you want to have a look at the artwork in those, if you want a male, a female, anything like that, by all means, go for it. Me, I just want the entry points. Now, this is, like I said, for a friend, so I'm going to buy him some cool ones. I want 3 more. 1. He's going to want cool ones. 2. Now, why am I doing it like this without looking at the levels? Because these guys aren't going to be the main guys. They aren't going to be the main captains. They're going to be assisting the main captain. And I'll talk you through a little bit of what I'm going to be strategizing. So there's our 4 NFTs, 0.44 or 45 Solana. Now, let's go to the game. I'll refresh that. Now, to get these captains into the game, you click on your little picture, you go to Asset Manager, and you can individually pick these, or you can just click on them and you deposit. So what that's going to do is that's going to ask you for a confirmation. You're going to confirm that, and this is going to stake them in the game. Now, once you stake them in the game, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to equip crew, ships, and items on all 4 of these characters. Captains. So to be able to do that, you click on this little thing down in the bottom middle of the screen. The marketplace got updated a little while ago. It is super awesome now. Ships. So I might actually get them. I've got 4 from Last Haven. So I'm going to play in character here. I'm going to go back to marketplace. You see me clicking all over the place. I'm going to go and get 4 of the tugboats from there. That's it. So I've bought the ships. They're free. That's cost me nothing. I need to go and get 4 crews. So I purchased those. Again, that cost me nothing. Not even doing a Solana transaction because you're in the game. Go back to the shop. What do I need now? I need items. Now I've got 4 males from Last Haven. What do they use? Go 1 of these, 1 axe, 1 spike club, 2 scimitars, and they're all going to be alcoholics. Let's go and get them 4 bottles of rum. Because Barn Dog loves his rum. Alright, so now we go and click back on our character icon again, click on inventory, and we can do something simple, which is called auto equip. Now that's going to put all the weapons and items over the place. You can see sometimes it doesn't put them all in exactly the right way. What you will have to do though is manually do your crew. So that's all I'm doing is just equipping them to the captains. Bottle of rum for old mate. and he wants a sword. Okay, so I now have all my items on all 4 of my captains. They can go on a mission. Things of note that you're going to see on these captains. You're going to see something called gold bars. They're currently 0 on all of mine. You cannot see that in the on Tensor or Magic Eden. You can't see it in a marketplace. You can only see it in game. So if someone sells one of their NFTs with gold bars, then you would then get a part of that treasure chest. Other things are the captains have a strength. So once you've got all your items on it, there is a formula for it. It's to do with your ships and your crew and your items and your captain level. It all adds into this, and it's relevant towards earning your portion of the treasure chest of gold dust. It's all about farming that gold dust. That's why I call it gold dust. You then convert it into the gold token, all to get some of this treasure chest. Currently it's sitting at $296,000. You see there, it's sitting at about 10% Solana at the moment. Now, once I've got these 4 captains, I want to do something. So we'll have a bit of a look around. This is Island 1 at the moment. Island 1 was the first island out, of course. Island 2's come out. Now, Island 2 is very similar to Island 1, except you can spend booty and you can increase the working rate to level up your ship, your crew, your items, and even your captains. So you can spend, I think it's 20% booty cost, and you save 10% of time on Island 2. Also on Island 2, you have what's called Odin's Vault. That's where you're going to go to send your captain to put gold bars on him to get your portion of the treasure chest. Bank of Valhalla is also your secondary, cost 100 gold. So that's 100 tokens, gold, G-O-L-D. Otherwise you put 1,000, so 10 times that amount in Odin's Vault. Now, what I want to do is I want to get these captains going. So we need this captain to be level 20 to be able to stake it in the upcoming ActivePlay. One little trick I like to do is I like to get it in levels of 5. It's just easier for my brain when you've got a lot more. So I'm going to put that captain there. And that's it. That captain is now on his mission to go away, and 97 hours time we need to come back and we need to finish that mission. What I'm going to do from there is I'm going to send 1 captain to the docks, and that's going to start leveling up a crew. I'm then going to go to the blacksmith, get 1 captain there. What items do I want? Let's go to that. Now, a little fact for the blacksmith. When you go to the blacksmith, it will automatically pick the lowest level weapon in the items. Some are books and scrolls. I keep saying weapons, but effectively left hand, right hand, that's how I always think. But if one of those items was level 5, one was level 1, it would level up the level 1 automatically. So it's always going to pair it off. So I click on him, it's choosing the sword first, the scimitar. So I want that to go to 5. So I'm only going to send 1 away to that, because then when that mission's finished, it will then level up the bottle of rum next. So that's 1 there, and let's go and get a ship going. And that is the ship going. Now, I think in priority, my personal opinion is your captain level is super important, and your ship is the next most important. Absolutely, the numbers I'm looking at, it is the most important. So in 29 hours, we come back for the ship, 21 hours for the weapon, and 21 hours for the crew. Now, that's it. That's all that account has to do for 21 hours. So, idle staking game, okay? This is what you need to understand. So, there's heaps and heaps of stuff to think about with the gameplay. I'll try to transition to that. I'm looking at how long the video is. Apologies, I didn't want to do a super long video, yet here we are. We've got the Gem Emporium. That's where you would go to send characters to earn booty. Now, when you're earning booty, the strength cap for this, that means once you add in a high level ship, captain, crew, items, and all of that gear, then it caps at 320,000. So that may mean you need to move items around and stuff like that. and it is a level. It's a form of PvP. You're playing off against everybody else that's staked in that gem emporium to earn a proportion of it. So if you have a very, very low level and there's a whole lot of high level people there, you're only going to get a very, very small amount of it. So you need to think about your strategies with that. Now, every one person that goes to the gem emporium, that's a 4-hour event. Every 4 hours you need to use a battle token, and you get those from the supply store. There's two places that use a battle token. That's the gem emporium. So for every one character in the gem emporium, you need to have one character in the supply store. The same is said on Island 2, where you send your captains off to get a golden treasure. The gold dust. This is where you get the gold dust that you then convert into gold, and you then convert those gold into gold bars. So for every one person raided and plunder, you need to have someone getting them in the supply store. So this is quite detailed, right? There's a lot of stuff to it. Now, in raid and plunder, I believe the cap is something like 1.25 million. What do we need to go to from there? So that's if you want to earn gold dust. Other things to have a look at now, you can see the general store. This is where you would stake a level 1 captain. You would stake that with a team as usual, and this will get you a NFT in the upcoming ActivePlay game. You're also going to get a ship with that. Now, I'll talk about those later, but this is where you would stake it in game. Also, the big building here, you can see Genesis Cove condominium. You need to be level 20 to be able to access Island 2. Your captain has to be level 20. So the same is said for staking towards a Genesis NFT captain in the ActivePlay game. That's a 1 month period, so I've got time to go and make a video for that. Okay, so I have loaded up my my main account. Now, just as a disclaimer, I've got a lot of NFTs in the game. I don't want to big note it. I don't want to talk about look at me, any of that kind of bullshit. I genuinely enjoy the game. I am very much looking for the active play. I want to run my marathons. I want to very much be very active in the active play game, and I enjoy that by having something at stake, by having skin in the game. So I wanted to show you a little bit of this to show you quite a few things. Now, you can see the treasure chest. At the moment, that's at $296,000. So I'll go to Island 2 and show you how I'm staking at the moment 17 captains. You can see they've got on them 38,000 gold bars. That means I've done this for 38 days. Now, there are people that have got, let's go and, I won't show you the major, but you've got people that are somewhere around 50. So I am well and truly not at the forefront in the top percentages of it, but I've got a good proportion in it. Now we know there's extra information coming out for the Island 3 and Island 4. I'll do updates along the way, but I do want to show you specifically the condominium to think about this. There's 1 month that this active play is happening. So during that 1 month, I'm going to use my captains right towards the end of it, because I've got those captains leveling weapons, leveling ships, leveling crew, and I want to maximize my time with those, because once you stake those NFTs into the condominium or on the general store, they're not usable until November 2nd, I believe it is, 2025. Now, when you stake these NFT captains into these, the strength of your combined crew, so the captain's strength, will net you a small amount of treasure over the time. So you are going to need to think, I'm going to lock up these captains for nearly 12 months. Do I want to put my best items on them, or do I just want to use maybe some common, uncommon items and things like that, and use my best items on my other captains? That's going to be completely up to everybody to make the decision on. So you can see I've got a lot of captains leveling up at the moment, because I want to be getting them out there and leveling up. In the docks, you can see here I've got level 20 captains leveling up my crew, and they're only level 5, but I'll show you, it was in the blacksmith, I believe. I've got items there that are a little bit higher level, and you can see the cruise level starting to creep up. So the captain's level is 12,300. In here, the ships are all variety of ways. So you can see I've got some legendary items on some of my level 20s here, because I don't need those legendary items at the moment on the captains in Island 2. This is where the gameplay starts to really come in, and you'll hear a term called min-maxing. That's about utilizing your items as best you can. In Raid and Plunder, the maximum cap for your captains is 1.25 million. So my top captain at the moment is over 3 million. That's in effect, that's wasted resources because the cap is 1.25, yet I'm over the top. So if I needed more legendary items, I could take them off. You see the Salty Dog? That was the one of NFT gifted to me from the team, of course. I had a lot of hand in that, but I am getting my own one-of-ones made. So I bought a package. I'll talk about that later. It's a bit of a look into the game. There's so much to think about. I've got mythic ships in here that are leveling up. You can see I've got some level 15 uncommon weapons and items on those. Level 20, level 35 crews. So I don't know that I'm playing this absolutely the best. I've got a good handle on the game myself, but there are lots of things to think about. Something came into work this week called the Booty Booster. You need to understand what that is. Depending on the strength of your captain, it will use one booty every epoch, which is 4 hours, or 2 if it's a higher level captain, and that will double the level of treasure you earn. So you need to think about, do you sit booty in game or not? Because it's going to be coming out no matter what for every captain you've got leveling something up every 4 hours. So if you've got 100 captains leveling up items, that's 100 booty per hour. I need to be thinking about this. It's definitely something that's come out in the game, the Booty Booster. So if you only have 5,000 booty and you want that to be ready for for the general store, you need to not put that in the game at the start if you are leveling items up during that period of time before you stake for your NFT for the ActivePlay. So, other than that, they have something called Arena that's coming out in the next 48 hours. That's going to be a social media PvP session. You're going to be staking one captain in that. You're going to be, if you're busy in social media, if you love getting on X, if you love getting in Discord, talking to each other, having a bit of fun, learning about the game, helping others out, there's so many different ways to do it. You're going to be able to potentially earn gold dust in the game with which you can play around with. Maybe you've got one captain that's level 1 and it can't do anything. Then of course that could be very cool. Maybe you don't have a lot of NFTs. Maybe you've got one that's not leveled out the right way, or it's an uneven number and doesn't work for what you're doing. Good point of mention as well for the supply store. You can use level 1 captains for the supply store. It doesn't matter about the strength of your captains, so they don't earn any gold dust in here anyway. So like I said, if you've got people in the Gem Emporium, I've got 0 at the moment. I've got 21 of them though in Raid and Plunder, so I need to be earning 21. Battle tokens, you can see I'm at 443, but 1 of 1 captains are not meant to use a battle token. I need to double check that. Now I know I'm at 443, I can double check. You can see I've got 21 running in my supply store. Now Booty Booster is active. I expect that that feature will be active as well. So I've shown you how to set up a wallet with 4 captains. I've gone off and staked those 4 captains. I want to go back to that now, circle back and talk about that. Alrighty, back onto that 4 NFT account. The reason I've put 4 on this account is it's a low entry point into the game. It's 0.45 Solana, so it's less than half a Solana. At the moment, that's under $200. So it's $100 US to get into this. The person that wanted a bit of help from me was wanting to do the to get 1 Genesis captain and to use the ActivePlay game. So they are going to be actively out there searching, hunting, getting treasure chests. I want to give them a bit of a setup in the game that they can maximize what they find in that treasure chest. It's not just going to be gold in that treasure chest. So be with that as you will. But this captain will be leveling up from 8. We'll get that leveled up, and then that one captain, we've got 3 other people leveling up the rest of his kit. So it gives you a bit of an idea how to work that up. Maybe you only want to do 2 captains. Maybe you only want to do 1 captain, and maybe the arena, you know, with getting on socials might be just how you want to do it. Maybe you might want to go onto the blockchain and buy some gold, and then you know you need a level 20 captain to be able to go to Island 2 to put that gold into gold bars to be able to get your proportion of the treasure chest. There's so many different ways to play the game. How you go about it from there is going to be up to you. But otherwise, I wish you guys good luck, and thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.